In this video, we're going to show you how to set up Push Gateway to work with Prometheus. We also have another video showing how the full stack of monitoring components is set up all in one video. Check the link in the description or the playlist if you want to see that video. Alright, so let's set up Push Gateway for Prometheus. Now, Push Gateway is basically it's the opposite. You could think of it as the opposite of Node Exporter. It goes the opposite direction. So normally Prometheus would scrape Node Exporter. So Prometheus would reach out to your server, connect to Node Exporter on that, and grab information from it. Push Gateway works the other way around. So you have you're going to configure a service called Push Gateway usually on the same host. It doesn't have to be, and you will run a script or a monitoring job or whatever custom thing you put together on a server or whatever host you want to monitor, and that will push custom messages up to the Push Gateway, which will then forward them on to Prometheus. Hopefully that explanation makes sense, but we're going to set up Push Gateway. So first thing you want to do, step one, before you actually run any commands, you should check for the latest version. So you're going to go here to GitHub Prometheus Push Gateway releases, expand to show all the assets, and notice we are on version 1.11.2. So you can search if you need to for Linux-AMD, assuming you want the Linux AMD 64 version. Go here, right click, copy link address if you want to pull from that. You could also just click on it and download it and copy it over manually if you want. Anyways, I already have that URL, so I already have the link address, so I'm going to use the one that I have right now. So, but it might go out of date, so just be aware of that. If it's been a while and you're following old instructions, check the latest version. So, anyways, we are going to go over here and switch tabs to here. This is Mon1, our monitoring server where Prometheus is running, and where we're also going to run Push Gateway. So first thing we're going to do is add a service account. So clear all of this stuff out of the way. Sudo user add, create a Push Gateway service account. Now, we are going to cd into the temp directory, and we're going to go ahead and run wget on that file that we'd actually just looked up. So wget on GitHub Prometheus Push Gateway, the targz file right here. We're going to pull this down with wget. Should come down quick because it's a small file. Now we're going to go ahead and unpack Push Gateway. Only thing in here is this Push Gateway binary. These other two things are just text files and they are not important. So we can go ahead and cd into the Push Gateway directory that we just unpacked right here. So now we're in here, and we're going to copy that binary to user local bin. That way it's going to be on everybody's path for every user on the system, and that's a standard place to install binaries, so that's where it's going. That's pretty much a standard way to handle Push Gateway and other Prometheus related services. So now we're going to chown it to the Push Gateway service account user that we had just created. So let's go ahead and do that. So now the binary is owned by that user. So now we're going to go ahead and set up a systemd service. So we're going to edit the systemd unit file. So etc systemd system push gateway.service. So let's edit this, and let's go ahead and paste our text for the unit file in here. It's a pretty straightforward standard unit file. It does specify the user, the service account that we created right here, user and group. That's the service account for Push Gateway, and it specifies the binary that we installed. So user local bin Push Gateway. Other than that, pretty standard, straightforward stuff. We're going to save that, and then we're going to go ahead and do a systemctl daemon reload to reload the unit file into systemd, so systemd knows about it. Then we're going to go ahead and enable the service, and then we're going to go ahead and start the service, and we're going to make sure we check the status. Oops. So there we go. Status, it is active and it is enabled. And you see no errors in the log here, so we're good. So we're going to want to validate this. So we're going to open up another tab in our browser, open up another tab for Push Gateway, paste this right in here, and here you put your server IP or host name. In our case, it is Mon1. So there we go. This is Push Gateway. It runs on port 9091. So here you can see metrics. We don't have any metrics yet. You can see status. You can see some status about the service, and you like the build date, stuff like that. Yeah, nothing super important here, but metrics is what we're going to be interested in, and just to verify that it's working. After that, it gets forwarded to Prometheus. So to test this out, an initial test, we're going to echo some information. We're going to echo this from the same host. So let's see here. From mon1, let's go ahead and paste this in here, and this will echo my job metric 123 to curl data binary. This is basically just a long curl command with the right parameters to forward it to localhost 9091 metrics my job. So we can forward that over, and now we will see some information on push gateway. We can see my job. Now I'd actually like to delete all of this information that we just forwarded over there from this echo command. This is just how you test it out initially. I'd actually like to do this from another host. So let's go ahead and connect to app 1. And we're going to run the same command, but instead of localhost, we're going to connect to mon1, which is where the push gateway is running. So before we run that, notice nothing here now. Now let's go ahead and send this over. So we sent some information over from app1, that's our app server, sent it over to push gateway on mon1, that's our monitoring server. So let's reload this, and there we go. We see my job. That's the command that we ran, and it sent over this information. So that's sending over statistics, alerts, metrics, whatever you want to be sending over from whatever custom script you want to create. So next step, let's create a custom script to test this out. This is still going to be a demo script, but a little bit closer to what we would do in production. In production, you'd come up with something more elaborate with actual information, but this is just to kind of show you what you can do. So test.sh, let's create this nice little new script here. And we're going to go ahead and copy a bunch of text that we're just going to paste right in here. So there we go. Here's our script. Now we're hard coding some values. It's always going to send these values. In a real script, you might want to look those up. And realistically, this would be inventing the wheel if we did this, because these are already things you can scrape with other tools. But normally you would have some custom value that you calculate, assign to something like this, and send up. This is just a hard coded example, just to test this out. Now we're going to be reading these, and just to gather these into one metrics payload, and then we're going to echo that we're sending up this payload for the job, and then here we actually run the curl statement to actually push up that data. So we basically have some variables with data, we package them up into one payload and push the data up using that same curl statement that we used before. So one thing, you're going to have push gateway defined. So it pushes the curl statement accesses push gateway. It's a variable. We have that defined right at the top here. Push gateway mon1 at 9091. So push gateway running on port 9091, and mon1 is our monitoring server. So let's try this script out running from app1. So let's chmod this plus x. Say user plus x just to be specific, and then let's run the script. Now before we actually hit run, I would actually like to delete this again just so we can see something. See, it's totally fresh, and then we're going to send some data to it. Let's run the script. Unexpected EOL. All right, I pasted something wrong here. Okay, so it looks like this is just me copying and pasting some of the markdown from the markdown file that I copied this out of. You don't want that at the top of your file. So just, unlike me, you should probably just pay attention to what you're doing. Don't make a mistake like I did right there. Anyways, we're going to save that file, and we're just going to, before we actually run it again, confirm everything's empty here. Let's go ahead and run the script. Run it, and it succeeded this time. Gave us that little debug output there saying what it's doing, sending metrics to mon1 for my job. If we take a look over here, hit the refresh button, there we go. For job equals my job, we see all the data was sent there from our script. Pretty neat, right? Now, how do we get this information into Prometheus, which is where we really want it? The whole point of Push Gateway is not to act on its own, but to be kind of like a middleman that will forward things along to Prometheus. So it forwards from our script or our custom monitoring script to push gateway to Prometheus. So it basically pushes the information, right? So, and we shouldn't have any alerts. These are not valid anymore. So we're going to go ahead and configure this. Let's switch tabs to Mon1 and let's edit our Prometheus configuration file to add another job for push gateway. So we're going to vi etc prometheus prometheus.yaml. And right here at the bottom under script configs, under the section, you'll notice we have 3 jobs here already. We have Prometheus, Node, and Alert Manager. We're going to add another job right down here. So I'm going to paste in a little section of config file here. And there we go, push gateway. So job name, push gateway. Static configs, we're just pointing to targets, localhost 9091. So notice these other ones are on other ports, like Alert Manager's on 9093, Node is 9100. Push gateway, it's going to push to localhost on 9091. Now, if push gateway were on another host, you just put that host name, or you could also specify mon1. In our case, since it's the same host, we just specify localhost. So there you go. We're going to save that, and we're going to go ahead and restart Prometheus. So bounce Prometheus here, and then we have we're going to run this query here. We're going to run a query to test this to make sure we're actually getting data in Prometheus. So here we are on our Prometheus tab. Paste in a query. Now we're looking for exported job equals my job. Run it, and we're getting the exported job. Now that's the interesting thing I should point out. When you get your when you get your stuff in push gateway, the job equals my job, but push gateway pushes it into Prometheus. Now the job is actually going to be, it's not going to be my job. The job is actually push gateway. So anything coming from push gateway, the job is going to be listed as push gateway. So if you want the actual job name that push gateway has, that's listed under exported job. So you see exported job versus regular job. Exported job is my job. That's what we're searching for here. We can search for exported job. We could also, if we wanted to, just search for job, but it won't show, nothing will show up unless we set it to push gateway. So you can search, nothing there. It'll change job to push gateway and run another query. There you go. Here's all the stuff coming from push gateway. So more than just the stuff that we sent there, like these ones are, this is not coming from our script. This is directly natively coming from push gateway. It has a lot of like Go statistics because it was written in Go, because most of these tools that work with Prometheus are written in Go. Anyways, all right, so what else do we want to, I think that is everything. That's how you set up push gateway and get information from a custom monitoring script to push gateway and then to Prometheus. So that is how to set up push gateway. If you want to see how to set up the other components that also work with this, just check the playlist that this video is in. If you want to see the full stack setup with all of the components all in one video, we have a full video that includes everything in the playlist also. Also, check the link in the description for the other videos. If you want to find the playlist or that full video, just check the link in the description. If you found this video useful or interesting, you might want to give me a thumbs up for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, leave a comment if you want to share your own experience or if you've tried this out yourself. And also, most importantly, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our other great tech content. We're covering hardware, software, electronics, robots, 3D printing, Raspberry Pis, and more. Also, hit the bell icon so you actually get an update when we do come out with new videos. Otherwise, YouTube won't let you know. Also, that is pretty much it for today. So, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.